What's up, everybody? Thanks as always for supporting the show. It would mean a lot to me if you would take a second to scroll down and hit that subscribe button to the Hoops Tonight YouTube channel, and then follow me on social media on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter so you guys don't miss any of our content over the course of this season. All right, let's talk some basketball. Dalton was, by most of the people that I trust, ranked as a top 10 prospect in this class. He does not represent something that the Lakers specifically need. Right? Like if I was listing the things that the Lakers need, I would put it down to three specific types of players. I think that I think Austin at the 1 is perfect, or Austin at the 2 is perfect, however you want to call it. 1, 2 doesn't really matter to me on this particular team because they run 5 out and everyone operates with the ball. So it's more like backcourt, right? I like Austin as one of the backcourt guys. I like LeBron at the 4 and AD at the 5. I think those are all guys that are good enough to win a championship in those roles. The problem is they were running D'Lo and D'Angelo Russell and Rui Hachimura at the 2 and the 3. D'Lo was redundant with Austin, and that forced Austin to be your primary point of attack defender. And Rui was redundant with LeBron, which forced Rui to chase Michael Porter Jr. around screens, which literally was one of the things that got them beat against Denver, is as Rui just kept losing him, right? Especially when they shifted back to Anthony Davis on Nikola Jokic. So, like, as far as the Lakers go, there are 3 players that I think they need. They need a guard to put next to Austin who is an athlete. A guard who can beat people off the dribble and guard on the perimeter. It needs to be a starting caliber, two-way athletic guard, right? At the 3, they need a guy who is the opposite of LeBron. Instead of a big bruising forward that functions more as a low man, they need a slender, more athletic forward that is quick and can work on the perimeter, that can guard people over the top of screens, guard rangy, athletic scoring wings. They need athletes at the 2 and 3 that actually function in those positions. And then lastly, they need a 5 that will allow them to function defensively when Anthony Davis is off the floor. They got very lucky this season with Anthony Davis staying healthy, but chances are he's going to miss 15 to 20 games this year. And if you're going to contend in those situations, you got to have a better center. So they need 3 players. They need a athlete 2 that can play both ends, an athlete 3 that can play both ends, 2 starting caliber players. And then they need a bench big that can actually function as the foundation of a defense when Anthony Davis is off the floor. Those are the 3 biggest needs. Dalton Knecht does not fit into that. That said, at 17, he was the best player available. And he will immediately be able to help the Lakers as a weapon for them off the bench. I'm going to start with, before we get into Dalton's evaluation, I'm going to share just a quote from Sam Vecini's draft guide. He straight up said, Dalton's the best off-ball scorer in this class. That is immediately functional within the Lakers offense, especially when you don't need him to be on the ball. The rub with Dalton Knecht was, like, against super elite defenses that had tons of length and athleticism, he struggled to create on the ball. So the question is, will he be able to create on the ball in the NBA? And who knows? We'll find out in the next few years. But the Lakers don't need him to right away. What the Lakers need him to do is come into the game off the bench and be an effective part of their 5-out offense, and Dalton is going to be excellent at that right away. First of all, he has an extended track record of being a great shooter, consistently throughout his career at in the Big Sky, at Tennessee, in JUCO. This dude can just knock down 3-point shots. Last year at Tennessee, he shot 42% on catch and shoot jump shots, 1.24 points per shot. Unguarded, he shot 47% field goal percentage, 1.38 points per shot. Just a deadly shooter. He can knock him down on the move. He can knock him down off the dribble. He can knock him down in spot-up situations. He was a deadly closeout attacker as well. He converted spot-up possessions at 1.22 points per possession. That's in the 94th percentile. So just a deadly off-ball scorer. But the big thing that I'm excited about is he brings a transition athleticism piece, which is going to function really well with a Lakers team that loves to push, especially like LeBron loves to throw those kick-ahead passes. LeBron loves it when athletes run on the wing. He's going to throw those kick-aheads, and Dalton's going to get those opportunities to kind of snake 2-on-1s or attack 1-on-1 in transition and use his athleticism towards the rim. The other thing that really excited me as I watched Dalton film over the last week, he's a really good cutter. Tennessee would run a lot of like weak side action where there'd be like 2 or 3 guys weaving around screens, and then he would just slip and cut to the basket, hit him with a bounce pass. He can quickly pop off of 2 feet and dunk in traffic. He caught a lot of bodies this year on cuts towards the rim. And so when I think about a 5-out offense, and I think about, JJ Redick implementing 3-man action, or, while Austin, LeBron are running ball screens, you're going to have weak side action with Dalton Knecht and Anthony Davis and whoever it is that's out there on the weak side. He's going to get lots of opportunities to cut along the baseline and to cut from the slot. That's a team that's going to be able to capitalize on that. Austin and LeBron are going to hit him on a ton of those cuts, and he's going to do a lot of finishing around the rim. So, the offensive fit with the Lakers is absolute shoe-in perfect. He is a proven shooter right away who can shoot it from deep and can shoot it in every single possible way. That is going to fit immediately, and he can make good reads as a cutter off the ball in the 5-out system. The concern was his on-ball decision-making. Is he too much of a scorer? Can he read defenses? That don't matter. He can figure that out in the long run if he needs to. But within this Lakers team, similar to what I said about Memphis with Minnesota with Rob Dillingham, they are set up to accentuate his strengths and to hide his weaknesses at this point. Now, the defensive end, that's the major concern with Dalton Knecht. A couple different things. First of all, he does have the athletic tools. He's about 6'5.5" without shoes on. He's got a 6'10" wingspan. Excellent frame, excellent athlete, right? So now there's some questions about his lateral quickness, but he actually tested okay on that at the combine. So he's got the tools to be a functional defender. He just wasn't good at it. He struggles to contain on the ball, was inattentive off the ball. Those were issues for Dalton, right? Those are the things he's going to have to figure out if he wants to be more than just a bench role player for the Lakers, right? But again, in this situation, especially when he's going to have opportunities alongside Anthony Davis, who can clean up a lot of mistakes, he's going to have time to try to figure it out. And again, I don't view Dalton as the shoe-in too. I don't think, who knows, maybe Dalton does earn the starting spot. I doubt it, though. I don't view Dalton as a starting 2 or 3 for this Laker team. I view him as a immediate ready-made role player off the bench on the wing. And so to me, I get way more concerned about the defensive upside and what he's capable of for those 2 and 3 that I talked about in terms of who's going to close games for the Lakers in big moments. And yeah, if Dalton's going to be that, he's going to have to make massive improvements defensively. But I'm not as worried about it in terms of the fit for the Lakers because I view him as more of a bench weapon, right? And that'll be the thing. Dalton competes. Dalton has the tools. So Dalton is capable of being a quality NBA defender, at least a functional NBA defender. He's just going to have to put in the work, and that's the big question mark. Every player in this draft has question marks. That's Dalton's question mark. He's going to have to figure out how to compete on the defensive end at the NBA level.